Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTubers. Jerry Diamond, How to Get Out of Babylon. Wow, a sister, Lisa. I can't say enough. I'm just so thrilled. I thought this was a PDF, but this was the website, and you can see it there, howtogetoutofbabylon.com. It was a GoDaddy website, and bizarre, amazing set of coincidences. Gee, what an amazing coincidence. This website was given to a man who, when he started reading it, had a gun to his head. And I kind of thought it wouldn't be any problem for somebody with like $3,000 income a month to, pony up a few bucks to keep it up. But he decided not to. Kind of a bummer. It was taken down. I thought maybe he would be invested in helping God's people in the end times like he said he was, but apparently he's become more interested in helping himself. I don't know. Anyway, I just forget all that. It hurts to know that people are going to die because somebody made a really bad decision. Were influenced by the enemy. So anyway, this is the original book, and guess what? It is hot link clickable. Open link in new tab, section 1. Should be using my right hand. Open link in new tab, section 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and even down to the conclusion and addendum. I think that also I had trouble with it one time. Yeah. There you go. Conclusion. Addendum. Hopi Elder speaks. We are the ones we've been waiting for, people. Do not look outside yourself for a leader. I'll read this and then I just wanted to give a quick introduction. You can look at this. You can download Wings of an Eagle. I guess I had thought the download was this document, the way this is set up, but the download is for Wings of an Eagle. It's just a straight read through. It does have the little sectional titles, but it doesn't have the 8 sections. So this is kind of unique. This was done by somebody that my wife Elaine had done a birth for, and this was the payment for that birth, this website. So, so many bizarre, unique, impossible with man. With God, all things are possible. Timing of things to make things come to pass. I'm going to read this. I will conclude by extending an invitation and plea for help in this endeavor. Understand this was written in the year 2000. Anyone willing to help at any level would be greatly welcomed. Send this to a friend or to a list. Give it to people at your church group. Let me know if you would be able to do any of the needed tasks. We need people who are in a good place for others to land. Soft landing places. So many people here have that on their heart. So many people moving here have that on their heart. They understand that. They know it. They feel it. It's a gut. It's burned into our hearts and minds and souls. We need more help. We need money to buy land so families can have a place to rebuild their lives. We need people to handle the real estate searches and purchases. Well, finally, after 19 going on 19 years, John at Porcupine Ranch, again, a huge shout out to John. Go to his channel, subscribe, everybody. Support him. He got his real estate license. He knows what to look for. He understands what we need. Help him. 10 of you get with him and give him $1,000 a piece and buy something. I'm just saying, we could have a soft landing place, even if it's just 10 acres. We could get a 10-acre place. We can have tents, storage buildings, a facility, community kitchen, showers, barracks, whatever, dormitories for men, single women, single moms, and families. I always see like 4 different, buildings, but these things can happen, and they need to happen, and they need to happen really, really, really fast. Get on the program. We need people to handle the real estate searches and purchases. We need construction thrift store yards, tools and equipment to build with. The list goes on and on. Ezra and Nehemiah worked well together. I remember David Barton of Wall Builders Ministry tell how God did not let him begin his ministry until he had found his Ezra. Ezra was a scholar, the prophet, the visionary, the strategist, and the prayer warrior. Nehemiah was the governor, the general, the Tirshatha. The Tirshatha. He calls himself the Tirshatha, the tactician and the wall builder. As near as I can tell, I am an Ezra, and I have yet to find my Nehemiah. Realize this was 18, going on 19 years ago. And I have had people say, I'm your Nehemiah, and then threaten to kill me. I've had people say, my name is Nehemiah, and then, go by the wayside. I've had so many people offer to help and then stab me in the back. So I'm just saying, I'm not complaining, just explaining, as my friend John says. Not complaining, just explaining. Joseph's life was a series of negative, bad, evil things that happen, and suddenly, poofy presto, he's in charge of the whole shooting match. So who knows? We'll see. Yahweh, the Lord gave me this idea. I believe it will work. I know it will work. I need to get it done persons to ramrod the operation. We need tactical type people, obviously. So order a printed version. Please visit lulu.com. You can order it in any number of different titles. They're all the same book. You can download it free from here. I think it's on the first page. Home about ebook. But this is so cool. I mean, it's still out there. Ooh. So this is so sweet. Look at that. The book is available as a free download here, and that's Wings of an Eagle 29-page document. I'll get an idea of how many pages this actually works out to, but it's nicely broken up. This sister did a wonderful job of doing this, and I'm just so grateful that it happened, and it was up for many years. I'm tickled. Same thing with the material on archaven.org. It was up for many years, but if someone knows how to access the Wayback Machine, boom, they're still out there. Both of them are still out there. So anyway, just take a look at one section. Yeah, it's just nicely, it's just beautiful, the way she laid it out. And it's about 2 full pages per section. So I looked at enough of them that, when it's done vertically, like in normal page section, pagination, 8.5 by 11 configuration vertical, it's about 2 pages of those. So it'll take about 3 or 4 screenshots to read it through the way I like to do it, like this. So doesn't make any difference. It's going to happen. I'm going to start reading it. Working on Patreon when I have time, and Signal. So once I get it rolling, it'll be great, because I'll have so many people hooked on so many different books. There's a method in my madness, literally. On both counts. Sorry. I should get the next book, Sketches of the Scottish Covenanters, Fair Sunshine, one of my absolute favorite books of all time. It will give you the understanding that there were people that really had balls, they had guts, they had a backbone, they had fortitude, they had belly sand, whatever that means. They faced up to incredible, horrid evil, and with joy in their heart and with strength in their spirit. So I want to read that. cold weather survival stuff. It'll show up. The swamp will gurgle someday. I didn't hide it. I didn't put it anywhere safe. The Tracker by Tom Brown, I ordered it some time ago. I do have it. I keep running across Pulling Through by Dean Ing, which is not one I want to read. I mean, I'd like to read it, but it's a nuclear survival story, how to survive nuclear war. But anyway, I'm doing the facade, the silver chair. So by the time I get Patreon figured out, I'll have different tiers like everybody else does. Pastor Joe. I subscribe to Pastor Joe Fox. Please subscribe to him. $3 a month. It gets you notifications when he posts something. Shannon the other day had a dream about we needed help, and I had made friends with, I kid you not, what did he call it? An abominable snowman? A Yeti? Whatever other word for him. I had befriended this animal, and it was helping us. It was feeding us. The next day, Pastor Joe Fox uploads a video about Yeti, the abominable snowman. I just thought that was pretty bizarre. So, that frequency stuff in his head may work, to our advantage. So, putting a recorder and recording his dreams if they keep up like that. That was just strange, and he thought it was just absolutely bizarre. I mean, because it was like one of those really real dreams, like this thing was big and it was very strong and it was helping us. It was feeding us, taking care of us, so because I befriended it. So pretty strange, but who knows? So anyway, this is just such a thrill to see this come back, and then the map and the info from Arkhaven, and wow, Wayback Machine, way to go. I need to figure out how to use it. I don't know that yet. She's kind of sort of told me a little bit, but I did a search for it. I didn't pull it up. Anyway, just kind of blathering, but hey, I'm excited. A lot of fascinating things have happened. The weekend of New Year's Eve, and then the following week, New Moon potluck, and saw almost all of my grandchildren that weekend, all but one. And then today, like 4 out of 5 of my children show up here, and wow, just bizarre, interesting. We've come full circle, old man, type of things going on. So, had a very good time today. Alrighty, there you go. Just maybe nobody cares, but I hope somebody does. This book is a way for a lot of people, something on the order of 50 million people, to get out of Babylon. So get it out there, read it, understand it. It's a vision. It's a bunch of goofy ideas, and it's a bunch of just thinking outside the box stuff that I did pushing 20 years ago, and yet today they're still coming true. Look up Hobbit Homes on YouTube and Facebook and stuff. So we can do it. We can do it cheap. We can do it fast. We can do it efficiently. Do it effectively. And guess what? They will not be susceptible to straight line winds or earthquakes or forest fires or any of that other interference, imperial entanglements, shall we say. Yeah. Surveillance, thermal or audio. Very dampening. The earth opened up. The dragon spewed out a flood, and the earth opened the woman and opened up and swallowed the flood. Frequencies. I pointed out to Brother Shannon that story I read, true or not, Mom's daughter was having horrid nightmares. Monsters were coming and attacking her in her dreams at night. Nightmares. Probably demonic, I believe demonic influence. Monsters were attacking her. She got a silver thread sheet, grounded it, and the next morning asked her daughter, "How did you sleep?" She goes, "Oh, wonderful, Mommy. The monsters came, but the silver sheet swallowed them up." The earth swallowed the bad guys, the demons. So a lot of capability there. Thermal absorption, frequency absorption, frequency grounds. If you sleep in a Faraday cage, grounded Faraday cage, you would be completely shielded from these frequencies. And that's something that, let's hack that. I've hacked it to the point of, I can tell you the cheapest fabrics, you know, $4 a yard, $4 a running foot instead of like $30 a running foot. I got Silverell and Stretch Conductive for Shannon to try. $30+ $30 to $35 a foot. Yeah, 62 inches, good sized piece of fabric, but pricey. The carbon fiber stuff is $4.95 a foot. Big difference. And as far as grounding goes, it'll work. You can build a Faraday cage with that stuff. Pretty reasonable. So get a couple people together, buy the whole roll. It's what I say the other day, $400 ballpark for a roll of like whatever the roll is, 100 feet. So I believe that was right. So instead of $5 a foot, I think it's a 100-foot roll. Instead of $500, it's $400, I think. You know, yeah. So good price. I mean, the least expensive and very effective stuff. So there you go. All right, this is Jerry Diamond. We'll do some hacking. I'm going to do that. I have promised to. You know, a couple. You know, Lou and thank you, and Dan. Bless you guys. I mean, really, everyone that donated, Jonathan, Sawpeck. Oh boy, now I've gone out on a limb. I believe that was it. And if I forgot one, and I'm very susceptible to because I'm tired and stressed, forgive me if I didn't mention everybody, but I believe that was it. So, but I promised these guys, one of these brothers had a COPD, a serious breathing issue. I think it was COPD that he said, and did a salt pipe. Bam. I mean, that saved him a lot of money. You know, so, and you're going to live longer. So, need to suck on a salt pipe. So, anyway, that grounding, negative ions, there's a whole bunch of hacks I want to get out. And older, I haven't looked them up. I'll do that when I start back into this, but I have a whole series of videos on something along the lines. Someone can find it, send it to me just as a reminder. Something like cheap or inexpensive alternative healing, you know, therapies and devices, something like that. So we got to find that one, go back over, because I did grounding back then. I did a thing on it. I'd like to go back and look at it. But I'll redo everything with sources, less EMF, just throw you right off the, you know, throw it right out right now. Less sorry. LessEMF.com have every fabric, every configuration, everything in the world that you could possibly use for grounding and shielding. They have nets. You can hang a net over your entire bed. You can do a ground plane. In other words, a coil of wire, a extension cord. Run it around your bed, ground it. All three prongs, just ground them. Don't plug it back into the wall, just take those three prongs, wire a cable, a wire to them, electrical wire around them, weave it in and out, stick that in the ground. You're grounded. You've got a ground plane. Look up military radio truck. Radio truck, Army radio truck, whatever, U.S. military. They have ground systems, like you can buy one on eBay. It's a stainless steel cable. You lay it around the truck, you stake it down. It's got like 10 or 15 ground stakes, so it's grounded multiple times, and they connect to the cable, and it protects the radio equipment from interference. So, very impressive. That's one story. Alrighty, that's it. And the girl, you know, the monsters in the dream in the silver sheet swallowed the monsters, mommy. Oh, yeah. Love it. So, bad things can be swallowed up by the earth. Bad frequencies. And I'm hoping for that with Shannon. We need to get a Faraday. He needs a Faraday cage. So, that's basically what we got to do, figure out a way to do that. So, Alrighty, this is Jerry Diamond. If you're listening to this, you are the remnant. Thank you.